Welcome to our regular segment on OVCSports.com. Get to know an OVC staffer. Our inaugural segment is with Brad Walker, the Associate Commissioner for Operations and the Chief Operating Officer at the OVC. Brad, in 30 seconds or less, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, your background.
Kyle, I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I went from there to Bentley College in Boston, Massachusetts, where I was for 4 years, and then after that I spent a little more time out on the East Coast. I was an intern at Holy Cross College. Then I got my career started full-time at Mid-Continent Conference for a year, where I worked for our past commissioner, John Steinbrecher. And then I spent next 8 years in San Francisco, California, working for the West Coast Conference before coming to the OVC.
Brad, for the past 4 months you've been serving as the league's interim commissioner. Tell us a little bit about the opportunity it's been for you to lead the conference.
I've enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed being in those big meetings, the spring meetings, and part of the big things that are going on in the OVC, such as the Final Four coming to the Nashville in 2014, and being able to kind of give my opinion on the big issues for the league, whether it be TV or how we're going to get better in basketball or football, and just to be in that room with the other decision makers has been an experience for me.
As you mentioned, you were a basketball student athlete at Bentley College. Tell us how your time as a student athlete has helped your transition into your career as an athletic administrator.
Well, I think it's important that I've been able to say I've been on the other side, and so I kind of have an understanding of what the student athlete is going through, but also just the experience of being in any kind of team sport, being able to compete, knowing how to organize your time as you're being a college student and playing a collegiate sport. I think that's where what I've taken the most away from being a former student athlete.
Tell us something about yourself that someone wouldn't necessarily guess about you if they really didn't know Brad Walker.
I would say the first thing that people always assume due to my size, that I'm a basketball player, which I did play in college, or playing football, but I actually played high school tennis as well when I didn't play basketball in off-season.
What is one thing that you enjoy doing in your free time?
I've really taken up golf, which I'm very, very bad at, but I enjoy doing a lot. And it's one of those things it comes from being a student athlete. You compete at something, you assume that just because you played one thing at a high level that you're going to be able to do a majority of other sports the same way if you put in some practice. And golf hasn't really turned out that way for me, but I enjoy playing it anyway.
If you could have lunch with any one celebrity and any one athlete, who would they be and why?
By far, that's going to be Charles Barkley. He's my favorite athlete, hands down, and I think it's largely because he is able to say whatever he wants to say. He was undersized as a power forward in the NBA, and he seems like a fun guy to go out with and do whatever he does. And when he starts causing trouble, that's when I would go home.
And the last question. Tell us what you like most about working at the OVC.
I think that what I've liked the most is the passion of the fans of the OVC schools. At my previous job, I worked in a conference where they didn't have football at all, and when football starts going on around here, you can just feel the buzz in the air, and that's from when I go out to places on the street and I'm wearing something with an OVC logo. Fans identify with it and start thinking about football or basketball, whatever their favorite team might be within the league, and that really gets the juices flowing. I really enjoy that.
Well, Brad, thanks for spending time with us on Get to Know an OVC Staffer.
Thanks for having me.